When I was just a little tot, my father used to read me this book called Snow Lion. So I'm going to tell you the whole story in about like a minute and a half, if you believe that. Well, I'm going to try for a minute and a half. There was a lion, and he was friends with the giraffe and friends with the hippopotamus. He was friends with the bear. And they were hot in the jungle. They could not find water. There was a drought. They were in tremendous heat exhaustion. Now, I think Dr. Seuss wrote the book, and so I'm not using his exact words because all of his words rhyme, and I can't do that. But you're getting the point. So the lion looked at his friends and said, I can't take it anymore. I'm going to go find water. And so he left, and the hippopotamus and the giraffe and the bear, they were like, no, you need to stay here. You need to stay here. Just stay here. And the lion's like, why would I stay here and just die? I'm going to find water. And so he started marching through the jungle, and then he started marching through the desert. And the heat became so unbearable that it sucked the strength right out of him, and he just fell over and fainted. When he woke up the next morning, all of a sudden he was covered in snow. And he had never seen snow before. So he picked up the snow to try to smell it, and it had no smell. He crunched it, and it packed. He picked it up again and tasted it. It had no taste, but it had the same effect on his tongue as water. He couldn't believe it. He wasn't hot anymore. In fact, he was kind of cold. He wasn't thirsty anymore. He was just packing his mouth with all this snow. He was eating and drinking at the same time. He was blowing his little lion mind. So he decides, I'm going to bring this back to my friend giraffe, my friend hippo, my friend the bear. And so he takes his backpack, starts filling it up with snow, and starts marching back. He goes back through the desert and back through the jungle, and he comes up to him. The hippo and the giraffe and the bear, they're laying there, tongues hanging out of their mouth, moaning in the heat. He says, don't worry about it, I'm here. He takes his backpack off and he goes, I found some white fluffy stuff. I've never seen this in my life. He takes it and he dumps his backpack upside down, and a puddle of water ends up on the ground. And he says, I don't know what happened. So he goes back and he puts it in a cooler. Not a cooler, a lunchbox. He puts it in a lunchbox. He puts more in his backpack. He shoves it in a cup. He puts it on top. He brings it back. He puts extra in his hat. He's carrying it all back. Once again, a puddle falls on the ground. So he looks at the giraffe. He looks at the hippo. He looks at the bear, and he says, look, you're going to have to come with me. If you want to experience what I've experienced, you're going to have to come with me. Are you ahead of me? Are you ahead of me? You already know where I'm going? Let me finish it anyway. So the hippo, the bear, and the giraffe, they follow him. They take it. They go for it. Faith is taking the first step even though you can't see the entire staircase. They follow the lion all the way out. They all fall asleep because the heat is unbearable. But the lion has one eye open. He knows what's going to happen. He knows that once he takes the journey, once he takes the step of faith, something will happen. Anyway, to get to the end of the story, they wake up, and all four of them are throwing this white fluffy stuff in the air. They're enjoying it. They go back to the jungle and they say, I can't bring it back. You're going to have to come with us if you want to go. And they shared it all with the jungle themselves.